Dear learners, in the last lesson, we learnt about the important factors to be considered while designing the studio with all the trivial requirements in place. But do you know, one of the vital necessities of studio erection is safety. Safety considerations are an integral part of any technical working area or setup. In this section, we will learn about the precautions to be taken at the studio level for various types of health and safety considerations. In any studio, you will see many equipments like microphones, recorders, amplifiers, sound mixers, speakers, routers, wireless communication devices, cables and batteries, etc. All these materials are packed with safety instructions, and these instructions are available on the user's manual. A sound assistant is required to be alert at all the times during recording hour and also after the recording hour, and see that no lapses occur in the safety at the recording area. It is the responsibility of the sound assistant to instruct and make aware the crew about safety directives. A sound assistant has the further responsibility to impart awareness at the production area about the health and safety requirements. Procure all types of general and personal security safety devices for production crew. Non-technical persons should not be allowed to operate any production equipment like mixers or recorders. Individual technical person, production managers and production crew also have key and health safety responsibilities. So please be mindful of the plug you connect your audio cords into. Make sure that the audio cords from the pillar to the talent are safely out of the way from people tripping on them. As seen many a times that there are a lot of harmful line voltage fluctuations above or below the normal power levels. These are very harmful to the studio equipment. Therefore, in such circumstances, one should use an adequately powered, uninterruptible power supply, that is UPS. A good quality UPS constantly charges the batteries so as to provide uninterrupted regulated power supply. This helps protect studio hardware equipment. Now let's talk about protecting studio software. Software which initially comes along with equipment gets usually outdated after a few years. Therefore, one should do periodic update from time to time. Also, it should be ensured that it is malware free. Reading manuals while installing and disassembling sound equipment is extremely necessary. Instructions for installation or disassembling one should go through all the instructions written on the accompanied manual for better understanding of the finer points of the studio system. Now let's talk about protecting the recorded data. To protect the recorded data, there should be rigorous and straightforward backup scheme. Generally, data should be backed up at 3 places, and among these, one should be off-site. After considering the practical aspects of the safety of the personnel handling electric equipment at work, there are many points which should be summarized for safety precautions regarding working with electrical equipments. First one is, turn off the breaker to the circuit you are working on. It is difficult to work on old wiring as the previous repairs might have meshed up the wiring to the extent of creating chaos. Confirm that the electricity is actually off by testing at the fixture you are working on with a voltage tester. After following the first and second step, use an insulated tool to short the live wire to the ground in the equipment you are working on. Notify everyone in the area that you are working on the electricity and warn everyone not to fiddle up with it. Unless you can clearly see the breaker panel from where you will be working, put a breaker lock on your breaker. While at work, keep in mind that power is available at the main switch. As a part of safety measures, wear shoes or boots that have thick insulated soles. Use tools with insulated handles. Avoid using overloading on an electrical socket by connecting several loads in one socket. Make a habit of not touching the ground with one hand while you work with the other hand. If you will be using a ladder, it should be made of wooden or another non-conductive material. In cases of electric fires, need arise of extinguishing electric fire, and there are many steps which should be observed for putting out electric fire. Switch off electric supply to the affected area. Use fire extinguisher meant for dousing electric fire. For example, carbon dioxide, dry chemical powder. Other fire extinguishers include water, soda and foam type are not suitable for electric fire. After extinguishing fire, isolate the system and do not switch on till it is thoroughly checked by a qualified electrician or supervisor. Safety should not be compromised in any case, and therefore all the safety precautions should be taken while working in the studio. In the next lesson, we will learn equipments used in the sound studios. So do keep all the important points in your mind, as studio safety cannot be ignored.